Hello everybody, today we're going to be learning a new lesson on geometry, or you could influence this as a new way to help your students do a little bit more of geometric thinking. So this is very simple to set up. You could do this with different blocks, you could do this with different just two-dimensional shapes. You can cut them out, you can laminate them, you can make them all different colors, get as creative with it as you want. So for this, you're going to have all of these shapes and you're going to have the students label each one or write on them. If it's laminated, it's easy because you just take a dry erase marker and write right on them so they can know exactly what each one is called and they can remember it that way. Or you could just have them say, all right, we have a square here, or a quadrilateral, or a parallelogram, a circle, a trapezoid, you continue, triangle. And what you can do is you can have your students start making relationships and connections between the similarities between each of these shapes. So you could tell them, all right, can you separate them into quadrilaterals? And they can take the four-sided shapes and move them to one group over here. You could have them separated into, can you separate them into shapes that don't have 90-degree angles? So you can move the triangle, the rhombus, and the trapezoid over here. You can separate it and say, okay, can you separate the ones that don't have any sides or don't have any corners, or has one side? You have the oval and the circle over here. This is a fantastic activity that you can do because it's very simple to set up. Your students, it's not too complex for your students, but it's very valuable for them to see that there are different shapes, and each of these shapes fits into several different categories. So you have a square or a rhombus, and that fits into, you could fit into quadrilateral, a parallelogram. You have all different, this is also quadrilateral, so we have two different quadrilaterals, but they're obviously not exactly the same. And for students to be able to see that these are not the same, but they have the same label is important because it helps them develop a core fluency in geometric thinking.